I'm talking to myself, aren't I?
Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run? We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England was done? Mr. Brown goes off to town.
Have you heard from Mum or anything? She sent you a text or anything? You got back safely last night? Karen kept on saying, but when are they coming back? I said, I don't know. I mean, you're driving from France, you can't put yourself to an exact time. But I want to know when they're coming back. Oh, Kate, the minute she gets home, Karen's going to go round there. I bet she's been ringing her every day while they've been away as well.
That'll drive me crackers.
Are you there?
Yes.
Say so.
Do you recognise any of these faces that's playing the platoon?
Well, yeah, they're the ones that did the film, aren't they?
You're supposed to be giving me a piece of military information.
No, they're not.
Aren't they?
No, they're different cast.
Oh.
Private Walker, sir.
He's supposed to be bringing me a bottle of whiskey. I hope he's all right.
Right, sir. He's bringing me some cigarettes.
I don't like the sound of this. I want the bottle of whiskey.
Well, I recognise the one on the left end there.
Promised me a box of fudge for my...
That's Timothy West.
Yeah,
Godfrey.
Carry on with that.
yeah.
Yes, of course.
Platoon. Open order. March.
Sorry, sir. I'm not my usual self.
Who's playing Jones?
Oh, yes, you are, Jones.
I'm sorry I'm late, but I've got to go, you know.
Yes, we all realise
That's
No, sir, you don't understand. I've got
what's
to
his
go.
name?
It's the
He was in Catherine Tate.
Perhaps you took too much of it. Are you all right now?
No, sir, it's my call-up. I've got to go.
Playing Walker.
In 10 days' time.
It's the same as we saw the other night.
What did you describe yourself?
That was the cartoon.
Myself down as a banana salesman and a wholesale supplier of illuminated signs.
No, this was made 2019. This.
This is very serious news. You've got to fall the men out, Wilson.
Fall out, chaps.
This is terrible, Joe. Terrible. What about my whiskey?
What about my gin?
What about my box of fudge?
What about your mum's elastic?
Don't be selfish, man.
Jesus.
We mustn't be thinking about ourselves. By the way, what about my whiskey?
I've got it.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. See, the point is, we really need you in the platoon. I mean, you're more important here to us than you would be there, eh, Wilson?
You're definitely more important, sir.
You can't expect a bunch of brass hats at the War Office to understand the situation. I mean, to them, Walker is just a cipher. But to us, he's an important cornerstone in our organization. Well, the time has come for action and not words. Don't you agree, Wilson?
I always think it's rather a good idea to keep the words to a minimum, sir.
Yes, precisely. So we're going to send a signal to the War Office, pointing out that they've made a mistake, and telling them that we're jolly well coming down to sort it out for them. We'd better send a telegram. Take it down.
I guess it is.
No, sir. I know a few judges that'll stop him from passing his medical, and the best one is to pour water into his ear holes and he'll cut them up with cotton wool.
What happens then?
Well, and then he'll be deaf just long enough not to pass his medical, you see, sir.
Are you suggesting I should stoop to underhand tricks?
No, sir. But it's the only way you'll do it.
Nonsense. I shall just tell them straight that he's more important to us than he would be in the army. Ah, there you are. Take this down. To the officer in charge, Home Guard, War Office, London. Message begins.
Message
You
begins.
do put that down. Desirable Walker not called up yet.
Shall I put that down?
They got
Yes, of course, that's
the personalities are spot on now, aren't they?
First interview tomorrow, 5 p.m.
1700 hours, sir.
Yes, exactly. That should do the trick. Signed Captain Mannering, officer in charge, 1st Platoon, Wilmington-on-Sea Home Guard.
There you go, Mr. Mannering. Have this one on me.
Oh, thank you very much, Walker. Right. Send that away, would you, Wilson?
I don't know why, but he looks familiar. The guy playing Wilson.
Oh, he's been in a lot of things.
I don't give a damn. I want to see to it.
He looks familiar.
Well, We're not the only one who's been up all night. I haven't left this desk in 24 hours. The armchair officers, they really get on my nerves.
There's a Captain Mannering and a Mr. Wilson here to see you, sir. They have an appointment for 1700 hours.
Oh, 5 o'clock. Yes. I forgot about them. This is all the fault of that damn brother-in-law of mine. He's CEO of a PT outfit and a mad keen heel and toe merchant.
Heel and toe merchant, sir?
Long distance walker. He won the London to Brighton race in 37 and wants to get a group of fellows together to form a crack team.
And what's this got to do with the home
This
guard,
is
sir?
this is bound to be just as funny as the cartoon.
The
The long distance walker.
Round robin to various units, asking if they had any champions about to join the army.
Oh, did you have any luck?
No, no good at all.
The chap that's standing, he looks like, but he's not. He looks like the guy that played Captain America from Marvel.
Request interview tomorrow, 1700 hours. Oh, yes. Come in, please.
Come sit down, gentlemen. I can spare you 5 minutes. Just give me the details. What's this walker's name?
Pardon, sir?
The walker's name, man.
It's Walker, sir.
No, I know that. I want his name.
His name is Walker, sir.
What do you mean to say you have a walker named Walker? That's unusual.
No, sir. I knew a butcher named Butcher once.
Well, what's his record? Record, sir. Well, he has a record, doesn't he?
Does he have a record, Wilson?
I don't think he's ever been found out, sir.
No record, sir.
Is he good?
Oh, yes, sir. He's very good.
How the hell do you know he's good? He hasn't got a record.
I don't think I quite follow, sir.
Well, is he one of the London to Brighton walkers?
Aye?
Sir, I think he's one of the Wilmington on Sea walkers. No, sir, Jay Walker.
Jay Walker?
He's Joe Walker, that's his full name.
I know his name, but how do you know he's a walker?
Because he told us so.
That's right. He said, I'm Walker.
No, surely he must have said, I'm a walker.
Not a Walker, he said I'm Jay Walker.
When's he due to be called up?
Quite soon, he gets his medical next week.
Very well, leave it with me. I'll see what I can do. Good day.
All right, thank you very much. That's the yellow warning. It's an air raid. You two gentlemen had better go to the shelter in the basement. Just along the passage and down the stairs. Just follow the others. Clearly marked.
Oh, thanks. Well, good day. A walker. J walker. They still on the pole, if you ask me. If my brother-in-law wants walkers, he's jolly well going to have to find them himself.
Hasn't he better beat it down to the shelters too, sir?
With those two lunatics. You can go if you like. I'd rather take my chances up here.
As you can see, it's all the same audio script from the original episode. You see, it's written out. So funny.
Oh, what is it now, Elizabeth?
Good heavens, look at the time. We've missed our last train home. Come on, we must find a hotel for the night.
Who's this?
Are you asleep, Wilson?
Not yet, sir.
Are you sure you wouldn't like your friend to come and lie next to you?
No, thank you, Ellen. I'm quite comfortable where I am. Jolly decent of you to make room like this.
They're sleeping on the platform in the London Underground.
Oh, I see. Right.
Well, my name's Mannering.
You can't tell from this angle, of course.
Oh, good night, Judy. Good night, sir. Good night, Judy.
Good night, boys.
Yeah, see, that's London Underground during wartime.
Oh, Pike, I want you to apologize to the staff for me for keeping you waiting. Tell them we were caught in the air raid and we had to wait for the first train back in the morning.
Nasty thing to happen, sir?
Yes, we had to sleep in the underground. It's got mixed up.
Yes, sir. Was there anything else, sir?
No, of course there wasn't. How did... Oh, I see what you mean. Thank you, Pike.
concerned with the staff having to wait on the doorstep for us to open up the back.
Yes. As I put the key in the door, I distinctly heard that cheeky new girl. I mean, who were you with last night?
Surely that was Run Rabbit Run, sir.
Oh, you always were tone deaf, Wilson.
You don't mind my saying so, sir, you seem a bit edgy this morning.
Edgy? Who wouldn't be edgy after a night in the underground?
Didn't you sleep, sir?
I will not find someone shouting, "Mind the doors, let them off first, please," in my ear, conducive to a good night's sleep.
Ghosts.
I just got off home to shave and change. I haven't got much time. The committee is meeting at 11:30.
What precisely do you do in this committee? Inspect the drains?
That's the Military Service Hardship Committee, sir. For people with one-man businesses who'd be ruined if they called out.
Oh, I see. Draft dodgers.
No, no, sir. Some of them are quite genuine cases.
Well, I'm sure that... Wait a minute. Walker. He's a one-man business.
Well, if he's called out, we'll hardly be ruined, sir.
No, but we shall be.
I'm sorry, sir. I couldn't be party to anything like that.
I'm not suggesting anything underhand, Wilson. There's nothing to stop him going before the committee, is there?
No, I suppose not, sir.
And you'll be there to make sure he gets a favourable hearing.
I must emphasize, sir, that I shall have to be absolutely impartial.
I shall expect you to be, Wilson. I shall expect you to be. And I know I can rely upon you to banish from your mind any thought that if Walker goes, so do the cigarettes and the whiskey. No, you will judge this case solely in the light of the mortal blow that would be dealt to his struggling one-man business and the threat to the security of this island if we lose one of the only able-bodied men in our unit.
But he will be in the army, sir.
This is the place Jerry's going to attack, Wilson, not Catterick. What's he have to do?
He fills in an application form.
Well, bring one back with you and we'll get it filled in tonight.
And then he has to get someone to speak for him, sir.
A lawyer?
No, just a reliable citizen of some repute.
Well, can you think of any more suitable person than a bank manager like me?
Well,
That settles it.
Uh,
I shall represent him.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Store. On me.
God, dear, dear. So much effort. Oh my word.
It's best to put it on slow and then you can stop it when it comes, when there ends. Just do it on the first triangle.
Of course.
Right.
And in conclusion, may I urge the tribunal, with respect of course, but urge the tribunal to consider that this is not a war in which gallant knights ride out to cross swords with the king's enemies. This is mortal combat to the death for every man whose veins course with British blood. Every man jack of us can throw out our chests and say, "I am a frontline soldier."
Not only the men, Mr. Mannering.
Precisely, Mrs. Chairman, Mrs. Chairwoman. This is exactly the point I'm trying to make. Every man jack and every woman jack can throw out their... Well, you know the sort of thing that I mean. And that, Mr. Madam Chairman, woman, and gentlemen, is my case on behalf of Joseph Walker.
Before we continue, I'm sure we'd all like to thank Mr. Mannering for coming along and assisting us. Do you second that, Mr. Wilson?
oh, yes, I would indeed. Mr. Mannering has put Walker's case most ably, if at some length.
Do you wish to say anything before we go any further, Mr. Rees?
Yes, Madam Chairman. Through the chair, I would like to say that we have heard a very eloquent speech from Mr. Mannering, but none of it was to the point. What we're here today to decide is if Mr. Walker is called up, would it ruin his business? That and nothing else. The fact that Mr. Mannering has extolled the virtues of Mr. Walker has no bearing whatsoever on the case.
Thank you, Mr. Rees. Do you want to add anything, Mr. Wilson?
I'm sure Mr. Mannering will be the last person in the world to waste the tribunal's time, deliberately.
Oh.
I'm sure it's just ignorance of our procedure that led him to go on a little longer than was perhaps absolutely necessary.
Let's get the details right. Your business address is 1B Slope Alley, just off the High Street. Well, you know, I have lived in Warmington-on-Sea my entire life, and I still cannot place where your business is.
Yes, through the chair, I'd like Mr. Walker to tell us where his business is.
Well, through the chair, I'll tell you.
No, Mr. Walker, you do not go through the chair.
Eh?
Mr. Wilson and Mr. Reese speak through the chair, and you speak to me.
Oh.
You see, I am the chair.
Oh, yeah, well, you go down the High Street just past Mr. Mannering's bank, carry on for about 100 yards, and Slope Alley is on your right. You go down it about 20 yards, and you come to a little green door. You go through that, and you find yourself in a yard.
And that's where your business is.
No, not quite. That's where Sid Newman's business is, second-hand motor car accessories. Well, you go through his yard, and down at the bottom are a couple of old garages. That's where I am.
And how long has your business been established?
About a year. I started it just after the war broke out, when I realised things were going to be in short. I was a bit short of money when I started it.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Reese?
Yes. I see you describe yourself as wholesale supplier. What exactly does that mean?
Well, it means if you want something, I can get it for you.
Be specific.
What does he mean?
Tell him what you supply.
Oh, I see. Well, that all depends on what you want.
Do you not have any relatives, someone who could run your business for you for the duration?
No, I'm an orphan.
Poor fellow. He has no father or mother.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I thought that's what an orphan was.
I'm sure Mr. Mannering has no intention of casting a slur on the intelligence of the tribunal, but when one talks as much as Mr. Mannering does, a certain amount of it is bound to be rather unnecessary.
Ooh.
Have you any questions, Mr. Wilson?
No.
Before we can make any decision about your case, Mr. Walker, we will have to see your books. Your account books. Have you brought them with you?
No, I didn't think you'd want to see them.
Until you produce your books, Mr. Walker, we cannot proceed with this case. Is this the last appeal of the day, Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Right, then I'm off. I'm late enough as it is.
By the way, Boyo, let me have your card, will you? Might be able to do a bit of business before you get called up.
Here you go, mate.
Well, I think we did very well, Walker. I think they were impressed with our case.
Do you, sir?
Well, of course, they'd be the last people in the world to let their feelings show.
I got the impression they thought we were a couple of right Charlies.
Well, I'm a pretty old hand at this game, and let me assure you, you're quite wrong. All we have to do is bring along your books next week, and everything will be all right.
I can't do that, Mr. Mannering.
Why not?
I don't keep them.
You mean you run a business and you don't keep books? I've never heard anything like it.
Couldn't we cook up a set of books between us, Mr. Mannering? After all, you are a bank manager, you should know how.
How dare you suggest such a thing, Walker? In all my years of banking, I've never heard of anything so outrageous. I wash my hands of the entire affair. Good day to you.
What did I say?
I can only think of a reason why he doesn't carry books for a business.
He does everything by cash, doesn't he?
He probably does it on the black market.
Yeah, of course he is.
So he went, obviously, black market don't carry books
Of course I ain't.
during war times.
All you gotta do is keep jumping off this ladder and remember to land flat-footed. I ain't doing that, it'll hurt me. Only at first, to soon get used to it. Come on.
So where he gets his stuff from these people, I should never know.
When you jump, you won't feel a thing. Like this. Hop. Not now, Mr. Godfrey. Wait till he gets up the ladder. Right, come on, Joe. Right, get on with it. Oh, I'll start counting. Ow. 1. Ow. 2. Ow. 497. Ow. 498. Right, that's you lot. I'm not doing any more. All right. Just stick your feet in here. Now onto the paper. Now let's see the result. Oh, there you are. That's a pancake. Oh. My feet's all swelled. I can't get my shoes on. You've ruined me for life. Don't you worry, lad. Your feet will be right as rain in a couple of days. Just long enough to fail that medical. Right, now let's see. John, you was in the last lot.
Do you remember anything else you did in your medical?
I had to give a little cough.
Oh. Right, well, show us.
Haha.
Well, there must have been more to it than that.
Aye.
But there must have been something else.
Ah, I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
No, neither can I. Oh, well, we'll skip that for a minute. Right now, pay attention. Here is the plan for tomorrow. But what time you got to be at the medical board tomorrow?
You know what went with the cough, don't you?
You'll leave your house at 9 sharp.
You know what went with the cough?
And you will run right around
I can't recall.
town to get to the medical centre.
Whoever was doing the saying, give me a cough, they're holding on to your balls as well to see if they've dropped down as far as they should.
You'll be fit. Fit for nothing. See, the whole thing depends on split-second timing. 9:20. Oh, here he comes.
Blimey, oh, let me sit down.
I'm not sitting down, mate. Keep running, keep running. And eat this.
What's it for?
It's a little bit of soap. That'll keep your heart beating faster.
If my heart beats any faster, I'll take off.
Now stand still, please, you jerk.
What's this for?
This will put your eyes out of focus. I'll take it off at the last minute. Now don't stop. Keep running, keep running. 9:27, start spinning them round, boys. That's it. That's it. All right, mate. This is it. Come on. Right, we'll be in there a good half hour. We better wait and see what happens. Blimey, that was quick. Did they turn you down?
No, they cancelled it. It's not until tomorrow.
I didn't. Can I go back? I never saw that bit.
They cancelled his medical when he walked in after all that. So it was on to the next day.
This. They passed me A1 this afternoon, sir. That means I'll be leaving in about 2 weeks' time.
GHQ for you, sir.
Who is it?
Hello? Mannering? What's all this I hear about Walker being called up?
I'm afraid it's true, sir.
Who's going to take over our essential supplies?
Essential supplies?
The whiskey man.
I'm afraid there'll be no more, sir.
No more. It's essential to the Home Guard war effort.
Yes, it does help keep all the lads on their toes.
Keep on their toes. It's the only thing that keeps our chaps on their feet. My staff are all war veterans.
Well, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do, sir.
There's something I can do. You can take it from me that Walker will not be called up.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Walker, in here. I fixed it. I've had a word with the Brigadier. You can take it from me that you will not be called up.
Trousers, battle dress, 2 pairs. Blouses, battle dress, 2. Shirts, flannel, 2. Braces, 1 pair. Drawers, woolen, 2 pairs. Socks, grey wool, 2 pairs. Greatcoats dismounted, 1. Boots, ammunition, 1 pair. Caps, field service, 1. And get your bleeding haircut.
You had to get a haircut, didn't you?
Billy Jones.
What, the chap that's walked out?
Yeah.
You had to have your hair short, or was it to fit underneath the to fit under the helmet and that?
And off your collar.
Yeah, that's why you had to have your hair cut in the regular army.
I said, oh, never mind.
This guy's part deaf, I think.
What's this then? Hey? I said, what's this then? Don't you want it?
Sure.
They're right, it's corned beef for us.
Corned beef.
Yeah. These ain't bad. You know, funny thing is, I've never tasted corned beef before. Hey? I said,
I'm not mistaken, from the cartoon, corned beef made him sick.
Mm.
If I'm not mistaken. "2 a.m. in the morning.
Get in now at once!
Oh, blimey.
Let the doctor through!
My God! What is it?
Oh! Now that's an allergic reaction in the face, isn't it?
Mm.
Go easy on
Loads
that
and loads of
sugar.
cotton wool.
There's not much left.
How are we going to get any more without Private Walker?
I don't know, son. We're going to miss him, you know.
Still can't believe he's gone.
All right, line up. I've got chocolate biscuits, air grips, and nylons.
Good heavens, Walker, what are you doing here?
I've got my ticket. I'm out. How? Simple. I'm allergic to corned beef.
Yeah. Now, wasn't that well done?
Mm. They got the expressions just right in the cartoons, didn't they?
Yeah, as well.
And another one.
There's three. There's three. They create. There's three like this.
Mm.
Wait, we'll see one more, or Dave Ambra.
Mm.